you need an attitude adjustment. Deputy Laura, could you do me a favor? Could you place the handcuffs on him, please? He has shown zero to very minimal effort regarding his probation. The report tells me you are doing nothing. Zero. Nada. You're looking at doing 10 years in prison. All right. Do you want to go to prison? How old are you?
20 years old.
All right. You're 20. You're going to have to start doing better. Do you have children?
Yes, Your
This 20-year-old is back in court after flat out ignoring his probation like it was optional. He'd already been convicted on drug charges involving cocaine and marijuana, but instead of complying, he blew it off. At just 20, he's already carving out a path toward a bleak future. This isn't a single bad decision. It's a clear pattern of behavior. If he continues on this trajectory, serious prison time is almost inevitable. What stands out most is how preventable this seems. Somewhere along the way, it feels like he learned there were no real consequences. Maybe parents or guardians allowed him to slide by, and now he treats court orders as suggestions rather than obligations. It's sad to watch because these are the very years he could be investing in building a real life. Who's truly responsible, him or the people who raised him?
Hello, how are you doing today?
Good, and you?
Oh, I'm doing great. Why do you think you're here?
For compliance hearing for criminal positive.
All right. And what else?
That should be it.
Well, let me just tell you the report I'm receiving on you. This is what the probation officer is saying to me about you. And how old are you?
20.
All right, you're 20. Since obtaining the probationer's case, when they say probationer, they're talking about you. He has shown zero to very minimal effort regarding his probation. The probationer has had issues reporting on time, reporting for field visits, testing positive for cocaine and meth, and enrolling or providing proof of employment for any remaining court-ordered programs. The probationer and I have had several discussions regarding his actions and how or what we can do to get back on track, really stressing the small actions, such as simply calling this probation officer within 24 hours after an attempted field visit or taking accountability for his action. The probationer appears to continue to struggle to grasp the severity of his circumstances and what he can do to grow and move forward with his life and the lessons he can learn on his probation path. That's the report that I have on you. The report tells me you are doing nothing. Zero. Nada. Why are you doing nothing on this probation in this court other than using drugs?
I have attended 2 of the 4 classes, and we have had
No, they say you don't even call in.
probably when they come for a field visit.
Yeah, they say you're not doing the simplest of things. And what I can tell you is you've had 3 motions to revoke in this court. So, and I know that each time you came before me, I've told you that you're looking at up to 10 years in the prison. Deputy Laura, could you do me a favor? Could you place the handcuffs on him, please? Each time you come before me, I know I've told you you're looking at doing 10 years in prison. Obviously, your mother is not laying down the law with you at home. They say that you keep saying that you work with your mom, but you don't provide any proof. I can tell you right now, I'm not going to allow you to work with your mom because I don't know if your mom is actually having you work with her. So you're going to ISF. And the reason why I'm sending you to ISF is because you need an attitude adjustment. You understand? Now, if you don't want to sign to go to ISF, you don't have to sign for it. What will end up happening is a motion to revoke will be filed. So which would you prefer?
ISF, Your Honor.
All right. So he wants to go to ISF, and if you could put him in ISF cognitive.
Your Honor, so we, the recommendation was for local ISF.
Okay.
He did complete the state ISF.
Okay.
Are you?
Well, if the recommendation is local, we can go with the local.
Okay.
Has he been drug tested?
He's on a drug patch, Your Honor.
All right. All right, so you're going to go to local ISF. This is the last time we're going to have this conversation with you following rules. Obviously, your mom is not laying down the law with you. So you are not going to be allowed to work with your mom. You're going to have to get a job with a different employer, because if you get a job with a different employer, that employer, if you don't report, they're not going to pay you. They're not going to call the court and say, oh, yeah, he reported for work if you did not. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Do you want to go to prison?
No, Your Honor.
All right. If you want to go to prison, I will get an attorney appointed to you and you can go to prison and I'll send you to prison. How old are you?
20 years old.
All right. You're 20. You're going to have to start doing better. Do you have children?
No.
That's a good thing. Probation, this is serious. And I hope I'm getting your attention, because we're not going to have a conversation again where you're not doing anything. You understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Now, is there anything else you need to be successful on this probation?
No, there shouldn't be.
All right. Do not come back here again where you are not doing anything. You understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
I keep an open mind on everything, but we are not going to have any more compliance hearings with you. If I get a report and it appears that everything is in order, a motion to revoke is going to be filed. When a motion to revoke is filed, what ends up happening is a warrant is issued for your arrest, and you will be picked up wherever you may be. You could be at the grocery store in the middle of checking out or have already checked out. You know what's going to happen? Those groceries are going to be put to the side and they're going to take you to jail. If you are at home, they're going to pick you up and take you to jail. If you're in the middle of watching a movie and you're at the part where they're about to solve everything, guess what? If they pick you up during that time, you're going to miss what happens. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
In this court, probation is serious. In this court, communication is key. And probation officers know that I like for them to communicate with people. And that's why they put in here that they've had several discussions with you regarding your actions. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
The judge has decided to send this young man to an intermediate sanction facility, or ISF, Texas version of a short-term detention center for people who violate probation or parole. It's essentially jail with structure, housing, counseling, strict routines, and mandatory programs. You're not free, but you're still being offered a lifeline. Some people would call that lucky, because it's meant to be a second chance before a long prison stretch. But watching this case, it's hard to see why he deserves it. He's already shown probation means nothing to him, brushing off every warning and consequence. The only reason he's sitting there with a smirk is because he knows his mother has always stepped in to bail him out. That's exactly how so many young people end up believing rules and consequences don't apply, because somebody always shields them from the fallout. Instead of facing the full weight of his actions, he's been handed yet another cushion. Judges use ISFs as a wake-up call, but that only works if the person actually treats it as a wake-up call. This young man clearly isn't. He's burning through second chances, and at this pace, his next stop is going to be a real prison term. Not months, but potentially a decade behind bars. Seeing him act like it's no big deal only makes the whole situation more frustrating. He's not just wasting an opportunity. He's proving why the system sometimes fails. Anyway, let's move on to the next case. A heartless mother who's about to get her own reality check.
Are you Celine Briard?
Yes, ma'am.
How do you pronounce your last name?
Briard.
Briard? Oh, I was doing great. All right. So how many children do you have? All right, excuse me. In this area, you all are blocking probation. She cannot hear. She cannot see.
I have 3 children, and I'm expecting.
All right. How old are your 3 other children?
They're 2, 3, and 5 months.
And where are they?
They're with their grandmother.
So how long have they been with their grandmother?
A couple of months, Judge.
Why?
I just had some things going on. Thought it was best for my mother-in-law has custody of my kids right now.
Why does she have custody?
Oh, because I had
I'm sorry, you're gonna have to speak
I
up.
had a CPS case going on because of my son I got out of the apartment when everybody was sleeping early in the morning, and so
Is this the 5-month-old?
no, no, ma'am. This is a 3-year-old.
Okay. So you have a CPS case.
Yes, ma'am. It's currently about to be closed.
Oh, it's about to be closed?
Yes, ma'am.
So that means if it's about to be closed, that means, and your attorney does CPS work, right? So tell her what that means, counselor.
Judge, what happened was it turned out to be a safety plan, an investigation in which I met the safety placement and she verified everything.
So,
If everything pans out, she knows it will be closed. If not, it could go legal. But
and the reason why they do the safety plans means exactly what it says, safety plan.
Yes, ma'am.
So what's your drug of choice?
I mean, I don't do any drugs right now, but I was using methamphetamines, but I've been sober for quite a while now.
All right. How often were you using meth?
Like maybe every week, every other week. It just depends.
When's the last time you used meth?
Like 4 months.
All right. So that's probably why CPS was involved. When's the last time you had employment?
I was right before I was arrested.
Doing what?
I was doing home health care and working for a hotel at the front desk.
All right. I can tell you right now, I don't allow people on probation here to be home health care providers.
Yes, ma'am.
How far did you go in school?
To the 8th grade.
See, and this is nothing about you, but this is my problem with home healthcare providers. Home healthcare providing is turning into West telemarketing. They don't do background checks. They're just letting anybody come in. And maybe I'm wrong for saying this, but they're looking at the bottom line, the dollar line. So I'm being told that they're letting somebody with an 8th grade education who has meth issues, who has 3 children that she doesn't even have custody for them, work as a home health care provider. Thank you, home health care provider people. So that is why I don't let people work as home health care provider. Now, maybe once you get your life together, maybe that will be a good fit for you, but I'm not going to allow that.
Yes, I understand.
So why do you only have your 8th grade education?
I just never furthered my education, but I am in, actually just before I got arrested, got some GD books from the library, so I am trying to pursue my GD.
Okay. So what are you planning on doing with your rest of your life? What are your hopes, your dreams?
Well, after I get my GD, I want to be a cosmetologist. So.
Okay. Hey, that's doable. But I will tell you this, anything that requires a license, when you have convictions, before you start spending all that money to do it, you need to find out from the state, wherever you're going to be licensed, if that's going to be a hindrance to you. Not saying that it will stop you, but it may cause complications. All right, counsel, is there anything else?
Oh, yeah.
All right, this is what the court is going to do. The court is going to sentence you to 2 years in the state jail facility, suspended and probated for 4 years.
This case isn't as heavy on the sentencing as some others, but it's still serious, especially with the drug charges and the ongoing CPS investigation looming over her. She tried to frame it like CPS only got involved because her child wandered outside unsupervised. But let's be honest. The real problem here is her drug use, particularly around her kids. You can't be under the influence and expect a court to trust you with custody. If she's genuinely clean now, probation could work. But probation isn't a casual arrangement, one dirty test, one slip, and it's an automatic 2-year prison sentence. No appeals, no wiggle room. That's the deal she signed on to, whether she fully grasps it or not. And here's the hard truth. Once drugs and parenting have been mixed, separating them again is rarely simple. The judge is basically challenging her, saying, "Prove me wrong," while knowing that history shows most people don't. It's painful to watch because the child is the one at greatest risk. If she stumbles again, the consequences won't just fall on her shoulders but on a kid who had no say in any of this. Was probation a fair deal? Or should the court have taken a tougher approach from the start?
All right. Is there anything else you need from the court in order to be successful?
Judge, she'd like to know how much longer or how long she would be waiting for that PAP evaluation since you ordered it in custody.
Yes. Up to 2 weeks.
Thank you.
All right, I'm going to show you what's entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you sign it?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, because this is a plea bargaining agreement, because I followed your plea bargaining agreement, because you waived your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Because this is a felony conviction, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. If you have a question over what a weapon or ammunition is, you'll need to speak to an attorney. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, so here's the thing. Those 3 children, those are your children. It's not the grandparents' child. The grandparents are just supposed to be grandparents to children. They're not supposed to be raising more children, which is raising your children. You cannot have children and then tell them to go to Travis Park and say, you're on your own. And there is no reason a child should be able to get out of your house and you not know about it, and they're that age. So many things could have happened to your child when they got out of the house. Could have been hit by a car. And guess what? People can't see children that age because they're tiny and they're small. Somebody could have picked them up. And guess what? There's a reason we have indecency with a child cases in this court. Anything could have happened to your child. And when you're using drugs and you're pregnant, whatever you're using, your child is using too. So if you don't think a baby should be smoking a cigarette, you shouldn't be smoking a cigarette, because guess what? When you're carrying a child and you're smoking a cigarette, your babies are smoking a cigarette. If you don't think a child should be doing alcohol, when you're drinking alcohol, your baby's drinking alcohol. You're going to have to start making better choices. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
In court, her demeanor appeared respectful at first glance. But did you notice the moment she actually smiled and laughed when the judge mentioned her child slipping out of the house? That moment felt off. There's nothing remotely funny about a child wandering off, especially when drugs are part of the picture. Seeing that reaction just didn't sit right with me. Leaving a child unsupervised is already dangerous. Being high while it happens crosses into another level of negligence entirely. Parenting is a responsibility you either accept fully or don't take on at all. Harsh as it sounds, if you're not ready to raise kids sober, you're not ready to raise kids, period. You see echoes of this everywhere, even in everyday life. Kids running wild in stores while parents scroll on their phones or drift off. Cases like this are the courtroom version of that same behavior, only with higher stakes and real legal consequences. Judge Boyd still gave her a chance, offering probation as a way forward. But whether she actually uses it to turn her life around is on her. One slip, one bad test, and she's facing real prison time, and her child pays the steepest price. So what do you think? Was Judge Boyd fair in offering probation? Or was this another example of the system going too easy on someone who's already crossed the line?